presentation of my instructional design, Bright Future, planning for tomorrow's careers today. My name is Jenny Larry Johnson, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer for Creative Funding Solutions Incorporated. I am also a Workforce Development Specialist and Bronze Certified Training Evaluator. I have 38 plus years of training performance improvement, human resource development, and human resource management behind me. I also have a master's degree in learning technologies from the University of North Texas. I'm currently pursuing a PhD also in learning technologies, but with a workforce development and leadership major. And I am a graduate mentor for UNT's Graduate Student Excellence Program. We are training tomorrow's teachers. Okay, let's talk about what we're going to talk about in this presentation. First of all, the presentation is an overview of the workforce development instructional design I created. The design is for a 50-hour synchronous online job search and career planning course that will be delivered with Canvas as an LMS or learning management system. The course will be free and open to the public. It's a public service, folks. Don't let anybody charge you for this. It is public service. I did it for free. Okay, the theoretical underpinnings include authentic learning, cognitive load theory, self-directed learning, and career motivation theories. I used the four-component instructional design approach, and I integrated Kirkpatrick's four levels of training evaluation and total quality management system performance measures into the design. Okay, there's also scaffold and embedded supportive information and opportunities for learners to practice. Okay, let's talk about the design. First of all, the purpose was to prepare unemployed and underemployed working-age adults to become self-directed, self-motivated, and self-empowered career planners. The need is that over 20 million jobs are projected to be created by 2030. And of course, we want Americans ready to show up on the scene as disruptive, self-empowered, self-interested, and self-motivated career planners and job seekers. Okay, then let's talk about those theories again. Now, authentic learning says that learning is enhanced when it's conducted in a real-world atmosphere. Cognitive load says that training should be streamlined so that you impart the maximum amount of intrinsic germane knowledge and minimize all of the noise or the external knowledge that's not relevant to the learning. Self-directed learning, this would be a self-course, self-directed, monitored course. And also career motivation. Sometimes minorities or those that are culturally different, it takes them a little bit of prodding and encouragement to get going and build that level of confidence. And the model is built around celebrating those small successes. And also transformative learning. That is a part of the career motivation. I'm wanting to create that disorienting dilemma that will result in them saying, hey, wait a minute, I was wrong. I can find a job, and this is the job I want. Okay, this is the instructional design from a bird's eye view. Again, it's the four levels of training evaluation. Level 1, learning task. Level 2, supportive information. Level 3, just-in-time delivery of information. And also Level 4, task practice. Don't have a lot of time, so we're going to cover these more in depth as we move on. Okay, module 1, there are actually 4 modules to the training. Module 1 is all about building those capabilities, getting that confidence up, that self-efficacy through demonstration of skills. So the overall goal is that learners will develop confidence and competitiveness by increasing their skills. So they will complete at a self-paced speed, the 90 minutes of Microsoft Office Specialist Certification Training, again, free online. Okay, then the intent is we're going to challenge them to register to take the Microsoft exam to show that they have those skills, core document creation, collaboration, and communication. And then we also want them to immediately start thinking like a job seeker. We want them networking, so they will be challenged to create a LinkedIn profile and for deeper learning to critically reflect on their experiences completing those tasks. Module 2, supportive information. I decided to use those taxpayer funded free resources that were already out there and available for this purpose. Why reinvent the wheel when this is done perfectly in my perspective? You just want to ensure people know how to get around with them. So the three primary databases that we will be working with, or I should say the career planning tools we will be working with is ONET Online, Career One Stop, and My Skills, My Future. And first, learners will learn how to begin researching what careers are out there by navigating the OnNet Resource Center. Next, we want them to move over to OnNet Online, where they can specifically start segmenting and evaluating and weighing different career planning options. By number 3, we're hoping they're ready to move over to My Skills, My Future. My Skills, My Future is going to challenge them even further by telling them how to get ready and to start beginning to think like a job searcher and an empowered job searcher. And of course, we want to deepen the learning by having them reflect on what happened as they were completing those steps. Module 3. This is where we start getting them to start clicking into those links that are moving toward job application, the ultimate goal. We will be focusing primarily on the Career One Stop Center and some external links to job openings because we want them to go ahead and start beginning the process of creating a competitive job application. But we want it focused, so we want them to focus on the fast growing careers and not focus so much on the traditional careers that are actually declining because of automation. We also want the learners to profile a specific area or career path within a growing occupational field and to outline the competencies and education and skills required for particular jobs all along that path. Step. Get yourself from one level to the next level. Motivate yourself to keep moving. And as always, that transformative critical reflection. How do I feel about this? Do I feel like I'm getting ready? Do I have a path forward and know where I'm going with this? Module 4. Module 4 would be actual part-time practice. During this module, we want them armed with a particular job that they can actually submit their first online application to apply for. Okay, so the first thing we're going to ask them to do is that if they're not already qualified, they've already researched what the qualifications are, and if they're not qualified, we're going to ask them to find a local training provider. And Career One Stop actually has a list of those that are registered and approved for career training, including supplemental financial aid for those that would need it. Next, once they've done that, we want them to go and look for a specific job application not our job application, but career opening, a job opening, and then begin compiling and creating an online job application for submission there. Then finally, click the button. Get that job application in the mix, and we are going to encourage them through the website and through the tutorials to submit more than one and continue to submit those job applications until they feel very comfortable with it. And who knows, they may actually end up getting a job. Okay, and at the end of Module 4, we're going to ask learners to do an overall holistic critical reflection from start to one, everything they did, so that they can share that information with friends, colleagues, and relations so that hopefully we can get all of America out there using these resources that are available to us at no cost. Okay, I creating a supplemental learning aid. And basically, what the students would do, again, there would be no instructor. So, what the students would do is use this job aid here that I created, and it's page by page instructions that will walk them through every phase, of the training. What I also like about using the online portals is that they have embedded videos, they have external resources. They would have everything they need to move from level to level in a scaffold type of progress methodology to get where they need to be so that they can start submitting those job applications with relative confidence and ease. Okay, learning assessments will be these embedded surveys, Qualtrics assessment surveys that the participants would automatically be clicking to once they step through each end of each module. Once they finish module 4 and they finish the qualitative assessment, a follow-up email will come to them with an evaluation of the overall training program. Okay, now when we're talking about the instructional design evaluation process, as a Kirkpatrick Bronze certified training evaluator, I cannot get away from that methodology because it works. Level one would be the reaction. How did the participants feel about the training? And that can be evidenced by the fact, did they continue to take it? How many hours did they spend there? Did they complete the module activities? And of course, those activities or that evaluation measure would align with outcomes under number one, module one. Module two would be learning, and that would be, level two of Kirkpatrick, and that's are they actually completing those embedded exercises that are within these tutorials that are online. So those are all of the module two objectives. Are you creating those portfolios? Are you doing those job searches? Again, that would be reflective by the time they're there and the results of the online activities, especially the Microsoft portal tutorials. Okay, level three, behavior. Behavior, did they have a change in mindset? Were they actually transformed? Do they now feel comfortable and confident that they can get those jobs? And that would be evaluated using the critical essays related to the participant's voice of the student or voice of the learner. I feel I can, have the knowledge, skills, and abilities and attitude to actually go out and do job search on my own. All of that was leading to module three, which is where they're really beginning to get specific and target particular jobs. And of course, level four, did you apply for the job? It's not just enough to create all of the paperwork to find the job. Did you apply for that job? And that would be reflected also in the critical essay, and hopefully with them telling us how many job applications they actually submitted under module four. This is the timeline, and we don't have time in this presentation to go through all of it, but as you can see, it is segmented into the 4 different modules, and they're moving. Now, while I do have dates there, keep in mind this is self-paced. So this is not something that the participants would see because we want them to test out of the units if their skills are already maximized, if they know how to do certain things, or take it gradually, comfortably, one step at a time, brick by brick, building. It could take a year for them to finish the modules. The main thing is that we want them to know that they know how to find a good job. Okay, well, that ends my presentation. I would open it up for questions, but since this is asynchronous, I guess you would have to email those to me. And these are my references. And I want to thank you so much for joining me for this presentation.